Hello. Hey everybody. Don't ask me why I'm talking like Kermit the Frog. I have no idea. Anyway, I am going to give you guys this information by video because if I try to type it up, I might even confuse myself. But we're going into October 2024. We are going to update our check-in process just a tad. I know there are 13 of us and we all are running and getting distracted, so I'm trying to pick the things that everybody is doing to enhance the process, to make it easier for themselves and make it where we're all doing it. The consistency is going to make it much easier for us. And I know sometimes you guys would just like to check stuff in and just not deal with paperwork, but I can guarantee that this paperwork has saved my derriere many times because we have records at least in one location before we lose stuff. So again, going to do it by video. If you have any questions, just talk to me about it. We're all just not all here at the same time, and I didn't think you guys needed to show up just for training for this. So two ways consigners can drop off, either as a 3-piece drop off or in bulk. Two different ways. They can be a normal consignor that gets returns, or they can be a VIP Daisy donor, which donates their stuff if it doesn't get consigned or if it gets doesn't get sold. So, history-wise, 3-piece drop-off has been the way that we've allowed new consigners to get started, and or older consigners who don't have an appointment or they found one thing that they just want to turn in. Typically it's been on Tuesday morning. It's the first day of our week. We've had as many as 25 humans standing outside the door. They bring in 3 pieces. I don't know why it's so popular, but it is. And why the first Tuesday of every month is so busy? Because everybody always thinks, oh, it's just one Tuesday. Anyway, when you talk to new consigners, they get confused. We get confused, but they get confused because they're like, why am I doing this? And then the Daisy donors, especially if they are a new consignor who immediately becomes a Daisy donor, they don't understand the 13 pieces that they can bring in. So I've been trying to just explain to them, either be a Daisy donor or being a normal consignor who gets returns. New people just don't know the difference, so they didn't know they had the option. And the reason why we say 13 is because every consignor in the past has been able to bring in 3 pieces once a month on a Tuesday of their choice, and then they could do an appointment every quarter, which was 20 pieces. The Daisy donors means that they can bring in 10 pieces once a month on the day of their choice, as long as it's seasonal, and the extra 3 could be the random 3-piece drop-off that they do. If they're a new donor, if they're a new consignor, they don't know why we're talking about 13. Yeah, I don't know, baker's dozen. I don't know how we want to explain it, but you can split it. But we have 2 logs, and the log is important besides the tag, and I'll show you both, because the log backs up what we're doing. So we have to do every step. I know it gets nuts in the shop and you get distracted, or you have to do 4 people at one time. So just take a breath, let the person take a breath, tell them to take a lap around the shop while you kind of get organized. But we have 2 logs for a reason, and I'll walk you through it, but it makes a difference, and I do need you to fill out every little piece of information because it does make a difference. So today's a Tuesday. It's a 3-piece drop-off. Consigners that don't donate can still bring in 3 pieces once a month if they bring them in and they get here before we fill up. They don't know that we haven't been worried about filling up because Lisa, Lorraine, whoever is processing 3-piece drop-off has been amazing, phenomenal, and they've been doing everybody. So a 3-piece drop-off for a regular consignor is typically on Tuesday. If they're a Daisy donor, it could be any day. So we have a log, and we've been using a log for 3-piece drop-off for a long time. We just recently started using it for the appointments because we're like, hey, it works both ways. So there's a log, Da-da-da. And it's probably backwards for you. Anyway, you'll see it. I have now made it horizontal rather than vertical. The key things here is at the beginning of the log, it's the date they checked in, your initials, because you're checking them in, their name. Don't ad-lib it. Don't guess it. Please print it carefully. I don't want to say this as this is not anything bad, but some people don't have nice handwriting and I can't read it. But please print it. And it says NRC. That's newer current consigner. I need to know if it's a new consigner. I have to put their email into our email system, not just on the record. I send them a whole different email that says, hey, this is your first email, tell us how it's going, see if you got into your account, blah, blah, blah. And then it says ROD or D, which is return or donate. So again, Daisy donors donate, regular consigners get returns, so ROD or D. You need to have that for us because it makes a big difference, because if you forget to tag it on the intake receipt, at least this backs me up. Then you tell me a brief description. It does not have to have every single thing listed, but you should at least tell us it's clothing and jewelry. You should tell us it's a pair of shoes and 2 vases. Whatever it is, just kind of do a generic. The end of this is for people who are processing the items and putting them in the computer, getting them tagged. That would be Lisa or Margot or Anne or myself, maybe Sarah if she's doing furniture. Anyway, this is not for the check-in part, this is for the end part. Okay. The 2 receipts for a 3-piece drop-off. White is for people who want their stuff returned. Purple is for, I say it's pink, but purple is for Daisy Donors VIPs, okay? This can be any time. This is usually on a Tuesday. Please, again, initial that you took it in, so that way if I have a question, I know who to go find. And the consigner's name, print it clearly for me. Please don't ad-lib. Don't say it's Maria if it's Mary. Don't say it's Sally P, because I need to know which Sally it is. Anyway, and then have them initial that it's going to have returns. That's, if you are doing this and you're handing it to somebody and they want returns, you do the save the date and you tell them what date to come look on it. We're not going to remind them. The only reminder they'll have is if I email them and say, hey, if these things don't sell, come pick them up. The Daisy Donors, you list it again. Again, it just lists those 3 things. It can just say shirt, shoes. It's up to you, but it has to be somewhat specific so we can find these things. And they have to initial. The donor one, if you can emphasize to them that if they hand me something and I'm looking at it today and I like, yeah, that's a t-shirt, I can take that. And then I find a stain on said t-shirt, I'm going to donate it. I'm not going to hold it up. I'm not going to wait till they come back in and go, hey, did you really want it back? Let them know if it doesn't show up in their records, it's because we donated it and we're going to make a record of this. When we're processing, and that's not everybody, that's only a few of us, we make notes on this, we attach it to the log, we keep track of it. Ask Charlotte, she's been updating all of them since June and making sure they're all together. This is where we keep track, because it covers me when someone says, why didn't you keep my denim shirt? Okay, let me check. Oh, hey, it had a stain on it, or a button's missing, or whatever, okay? So that's 3-piece drop-off. If they are doing bulk items are estates, people who have arranged with me because they're moving and they're doing everything all at once, somebody who has a collection of something and they have had pre-approval to bring it in. So bulks, appointments, Daisy Donor 10-piece, or the case-by-case. The reason I'm kind of emphasizing this is we're finding that the Daisy Donors, not all of them are really donors because they don't understand the process, or they're still attached to their stuff. Anyway, again, we have a log. We changed it to be horizontal, not vertical. The log, again, when you check it in, makes a difference. We try to do these things by dates, and when it's mad rush, all the dated things get mixed up, and so we're trying to make sure we put them in order, and that's how we're going to go look for them. Please put your initials that you checked them in, and then the name of the consignor clearly printed. Tell me if they're new or they're current. Tell me if it's an appointment. VIP stands for Daisy Donor, or if it's a CBC, which is case by case. Let me know so I know what I'm looking for, and then how many items I'm looking for. And I know it could be in 3 tubs. It could be clothes and 2 tubs. Just let me know how many items I'm looking for, and then give me a short description. Okay. Appointments. They only can have 1 appointment every quarter. Up to 20 items. On these, we've added a total number. So before you start telling me it's 3 handbags and 2 shoes and whatever, tell me how many total items I have. And the reason for that is I have seen that sometimes we get distracted and we say, oh, we had 25. Oh, wait, no, 5 of them is going to go over to the case by case. Oh, I got to switch and get you a new form. This way I can tell maybe what was happening at the time. So, appointments are white. Appointments or consignors get returns. It says that on there that they are getting returns. They need to initial it. Okay? The pink ones are for Daisy donors. They can do this once a month. Okay? And again, how many? What are they? Have them initial it. Remind them, hey, you might give me something, and I look at it going, yeah, we sell those. But when I finally process it, or Margot sees it, or somebody sees it, and they're like, hey, there's a big chunk out of it, we're going to donate it. Okay? And then some notes of what I'm trying to sell or look for. The case by case. This form is great for furniture. It is all those little sticky notes I put all over the calendar. Those are all case by cases. Purses, you know, and you don't necessarily have to have my pre-approval. It's just that if they come in and they're like, hey, I'd love to do some purses, and you feel that it's quality stuff that we want to take, you could make the call right then. But if you're not sure, let them know that they should send me a photo so I can see what we're taking in, okay? Now the case by case does have return or donate. This is the only form that they can do one or the other. You know, all of us would love it to be all donate, but you never know. It could be a Kate Spade purse and wallet for $400 and they want it back if it doesn't sell. I understand that, and then we'll put do not donate on it. All right, that's the lowdown on the new forms. I have some other things that we're going to be doing. Some of them are about the closet and how we bag things up. And I'll get you a new video for that. And if you have any other questions about that, please just ask us. Email me. If you're not sure, Lorraine, Margot, Lisa, Anne, whoever's processing, they should kind of understand the whole thing. And if anyone gets stuck, just talk to me. Okay? But I will be adding some more updates that you guys need to know about. Thanks. Bye.